Hey guys, I'm Nadine from Throdle, and today I'm here with Jeff Jones here at
Michelin Raceway, Road Atlanta.
Awesome. So Jeff, you did a really great job last year. You came in fourth, didn't you?
Yep, kicked some butt last year, beat Frederick Osmo, came in just with a fireball, and we actually opened up our season last year here. So
That's right.
That was something different as well.
So for 2022, for those of you who don't know, this one is actually the second of 8 full races for the season, isn't it?
Yeah, we're back to our normal scheduling program here.
Absolutely. So is this one of your favorite tracks?
It really is. This track has the most dynamic things happening as far as the entry. It has a big entry, and then you really have to use all the gears getting through here. Coming down this gnarly hill, right?
Yeah.
Initiating at about 90 miles an hour. You don't want to go full backy, but you do want to get there at 90 degrees, and then running back up the hill. You probably don't see it on camera, but running back up this hill, up these gnarly rumble strips, going through this horseshoe and then back down it. The rumble strips are actually in reverse once we're going backwards on the track.
Really?
So you gotta watch out for your rims. There's a lot of things that happen here.
Okay, so there's a lot different with this. For those of you who don't know, this is a humongous track. I mean, what you're seeing here is just a very small portion. Yep. And this is it. This is all you guys actually use, isn't it?
Yeah, this is all we use, and the part behind us is, they call it the horseshoe. That was actually built onto this track, I think in 2004.
Just specifically.
Yeah, so I think we're the only ones that really use up that section.
Okay, and another thing that's really neat about this is the proximity of the fans, isn't it? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So we were saying that earlier, is the fans here are literally up against the fence. Whereas when you got a normal stadium, they're behind, they're in grandstands, behind big fences, big catch fences. I mean, we just have a tiny fence right here, the fans right up against it. When you're driving through there and you're coming through this outer zone, you can literally see the fans right there shaking the fence and yelling and screaming. You can see the beer floating out of their hands. It's great. So the atmosphere is insane here. Really love Road Atlanta for more than just the racetrack itself. Just the fans and the crowd. This is one of the best places to be.
But not only that, Long Beach is a day race. This one is actually a night race, isn't it? It starts at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon and ends at...
Yeah, we might go until like 10 p.m. But this was called Hot Atlanta for a long time for a reason, as we did race in the day, and luckily we are now pushing it later and later, and so we're running it later into the night, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And then with the headlights and then a little bit more horsepower from the motors, because it gets a little bit cooler. It's just a ripper track right here.
So just going back to the track, when you're in the lead position, how often are you using your handbrake on this? Are you having to pull on it a lot, or what's your strategy like?
Ideally, it's always a little bit of a handbrake on initiation.
Yeah.
And then coming up the hill, one of the things about this hill is just before you get into the horseshoe, you're coming up over a crest. So visually it's hard to see. So there's a few cones right here that we can start to see the tips of the cone, and usually once I see those, I start giving a little bit of handbrake to slow the car down. Yeah. Rotate with some angle, but you just want to slow some wheel speed down with it, and then back on throttle and straight through. Other than that, in the lead position, maybe just bump it twice.
Okay, and how's that change if you're in the chase position?
Oh, in the chase position, you have no idea what you're going to do. You're just chasing another dude, and if he's going to slow down, I might use the handbrake 50 times just to, you get up in the pocket, and then you handbrake, make sure you don't hit him, and then just run with it. So you really never know.
So Long Beach punished a lot of folks. A lot of them hit the wall, and we know that.
I feel like this was the worst Long Beach.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we had some really, really good recaps of that one. But look, there's no walls here.
So, actually, there is one wall.
Where?
It's really bad. The very end. There's one wall once you're going back down the hill and then back up just before the finish line. This one wall, hopefully no one hits it this weekend. I have not hit it yet. Cross my fingers, knock on some wood, please. It's taken out the back end of a few cars. They've actually slid right into it. And so you can't get too greedy at the very end. And when you're in the chase position, it is wide out. You cannot see anything. So it's full muscle memory going through there. You get your car rotated, stay on throttle. Hopefully you can see a little glimmer of his tail light and run with it. But if you drop a back tire in the grass, it's unforgiving and it wipes you right into that wall. And so there can be some damage, but nowhere near as bad as Long Beach.
Yeah. So any secrets for anybody who wants to try this track out? What is the key to winning this one?
Well, definitely the key, I would say, stay out of the sand. The sand pit will just suck you in and you'll live there almost. That really slows the track down. For me, running this track, making sure I hit all my marks, early rotation and the throttling up the hill, it's definitely a tough track to run through. I'd say advice to a Pro-Am guy coming here and having some fun.
Yeah.
don't go too hard at first, you know, because you'll just end up in that kitty litter or off track. So even though there's no walls, it's definitely not fun running off the track and getting stuck in the sand pit. And then watch out for those rumble strips because they will bite you.
Absolutely. So where are we headed to next? We are off to Orlando.
Yep, Orlando Speedway. Just one big old wall and two big old turns.
I was gonna say, so what's the difference between this one with the elevation? Because as far as I know, this is the only track that is elevated, isn't it?
Yeah, so this one's got the big elevation and a lot of technical, you know, turns, aspects to what you're gonna do as far as transitions, gear shifting. Orlando is actually so simple that it's kind of more complex in a way of like any little mistakes are judged very harshly. So when we go to Orlando, you'll see that, yeah, it's super simple. So everyone should be in the 90s as far as qualifying, and everyone should be killing it on a chase run.
Wow,
so you'll
that's
see
harsh.
Very different scoring from here and there.
Okay, awesome. Well, good luck later on today. It's going to be qualifying, and hopefully the rain isn't going to be chucking it down.
Use these umbrellas.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty bad. But you know what? We can't wait to see what's going to happen.
Yep.
Hopefully you don't have to use your 5-minute timeout.
Yep.
And yeah, you're going to kill it today. So thanks very much, Jeff.
Thank you, Throdle.
All right, make sure that you catch him on the Throdle app. You are Jeff Jones Racing there. Thanks so much.